Hi, so we are in Londonderry today, and I've driven by Londonderry so many times. It's right off of 93, and I hadn't spent any time here, but today we've got quite an itinerary. I was very surprised to see all the really great businesses that we're visiting, and I'm excited to meet all these people. What I also learned was that Londonderry is known for its apple orchards. I had no idea. So the first Irish settlers came and they brought apple trees, and then since then it's just totally blown up. So that's exciting. We're gonna look into that a little bit and explore the area. Our first stop gives a nod to the area's Irish settlers with a unique coffee and tea cafe. The owner's mother emigrated from Ireland, so her tie to the history here is very personal. Next on our list, a different kind of history, but also very important. Their vision is to be the region's leading resource and advocate for local aviation history, preservation, exhibits, and education. And I'm also excited about this local company who's been making eco-friendly canvas totes for over 30 years. It's a family-owned, women-owned company, and each bag is individually cut, hand-stitched, and screen-printed right here in Londonderry. This next activity is something I've wanted to try for a while. Arming yourself with self-defense strategies is a great idea, but so important to be taught correctly and by experts. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. And finally, we make our way over to a very special farm, a pick-your-own farm and farm store. I love a good farm store. This business has been family-owned and operated since 1943 and was recently voted best farm in New Hampshire for apple picking. All right, so there you have it, a fun-filled, very packed day, but as always, coffee first.
Hi, I'm Carmel Shea. I own O'Shea's Cafe and Tay in Londonderry, New Hampshire. We are a kind of a cross between a coffee shop and a cafe. The theme is an Irish cafe. It came about because my mother was from Ireland, and my last name was Shea, so it kind of went nicely together. This area was also settled by the Irish. So when I was coming up with the idea, I kind of took off of the pubs that were in Ireland. I've been there a few times. And the idea that the pubs in Ireland are more about a gathering place, a place where people get together, talk about the day, talk about politics, they meet with friends. And so that was kind of the theme behind why I opened it here. Our whole idea is to have a little bit of something for everybody. We have obviously our coffee. We do a lot of specialty coffee and lattes, cappuccinos, stuff along those lines. We also do smoothies, smoothie bowls. We make sure we have something for everyone. So we do have things that are gluten-free. We do vegan. We do dairy-free if you need it. We have lots of different options as far as milks go for lattes. There's nothing worse than coming into a restaurant and there's nothing there for you. So my big theme was to make sure that there was something for everyone and that everybody felt like this was their place.
So I've got my salted coconut latte. This is fantastic here at O'Shea's, and I'm with Sherry, who is the town clerk, and Chad, who is on the town council. And I'm glad that you both joined me because I actually had a lot of questions about this area because I've said before, I've driven on 93 north or south so many times, but I don't often stop in this area. And there's a lot more to it than I ever thought, and probably a lot of what our viewers thought too.
Absolutely.
So you grew up here, so tell me a little bit about your experience and how it's evolved and changed.
Well, Londonderry, New Hampshire, to me will always be truly the best place in the world. But it's really grown into the place to live, work, and play. Yeah. And many people grew up here as I did in this, Londonderry area that used to be referred to as the nut field, way back in the nut fields, because there used to be nut trees all around. Yeah. And but then it evolved, and Derry and Londonderry and Windham kind of split into their own areas. And now it's really grown into a community where people live here, they raise their children here, our seniors stay here. And I think what I've always loved the most, and we've gone from like 6,000 years ago to 27,000 now, is that here we can be to the mountains in an hour. Yeah. We can go to the beach. Yeah. We can go to the city, Boston. And we have an incredible, leadership too in the town, which is really, the heart of everything.
Yeah, Chad, tell me a little bit about the growth here and the businesses that come in and, what you've seen.
Yeah, no. So I would say in probably the past 10 years, we've seen a lot of new development in Londonderry. And that's really been under the leadership of our former and current town manager, the town council, and Sherry's husband has served as the chairman on the town council for quite some time. I just took over, this is my first year.
Cool.
But just really under the leadership of the amazing people in this community. We have a lot of development off of Pettingale Road, which is up by the airport.
Yeah.
We have Woodmont Commons, which is up and coming. New Balance just came in and stuff, so a lot of new development, which is just wonderful. And the people here are great. It's what makes this town just so amazing.
Well, I'm psyched to explore for the rest of the day.
I think you're going to want to
We
move
are
here.
too.
I might.
You're going to want to move here.
Well, cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks so
Thank
much.
you.
It's great
you
chatting
so
with
much.
you, and
Thank you.
on we go to explore this wonderful town.
Very cool.
Thank you so much.
Hi, my name's Leah Dearborn. I'm Associate Director of the Aviation Museum of New Hampshire. It's an organization that was founded in the 1990s. It was a group of very passionate former pilots, many of them from World War II, who would sit around kind of swapping war stories. And as time went on, they wanted to take it in a direction of getting new generations involved in aviation. And so the New Hampshire Aviation Historical Association was formed, which eventually became where we're standing today, the Aviation Museum of New Hampshire. What we specialize in is anything that has a connection between aviation and New Hampshire or New England a little bit more broadly. So you might come in here and you might see our exhibit on Northeast Airlines. You might see some World War II history. We have a Norden bomb site, if you've ever heard of that. It was used for training to drop bombs in the Second World War. But we have a range of everything from the golden age of aviation all the way through a B-52 tire that we found in a swamp from the 1950s. We have a professional grade flight simulator that we have at the museum. We try to keep it operational on weekends when we're open, specifically Saturdays. So if you want to try it out, I recommend coming on a Saturday afternoon. So we have 3 staff members, but close to 100 volunteers. Many of them are themselves pilots. And what they'll do is they'll give you a rundown of how the simulator works, and it give you a really good experience that makes you feel like you're really flying a plane. Our hallmark program really that's gotten a lot of excitement and that we're very excited about is our RV-12 student plane building program. And so that began in 2019 at the Manchester School of Technology. And what it is high school students get an opportunity to build a real flyable aircraft. And people hear kit aircraft and they think it's like a little kit. That isn't what it is. It's a real flyable Vans RV-12 IS. They do it with the oversight of volunteers from the museum and with staff from the school. It takes them about 2 years, and when the airplane is finished, it's certified as flyable by the FAA, and then it's sold and the proceeds get used to buy a new kit for another aircraft so that another group of students keep doing it. And part of the reason we're so excited about it this year, I mean, it's always exciting, but we're expanding the program to Lebanon High School in 2024 and Farmington High School in 2025. We definitely get people who tell us they've lived in New Hampshire their whole life and had no idea there was an aviation museum. Something that we're constantly working on is trying to get people to recognize where we are and what we do here. But it's definitely a little bit of a challenge. Part of the reason why we're off the beaten path is because this was once an Air Force base, and it isn't exactly developed to be very friendly to foot traffic, but that's hopefully going to change with the Londonderry rail trail running by our property in a few years. If you're interested in small quirky museums, if you're interested in aviation history, if you're interested in military history, if you have a child who's in love with airplanes or a child who's not in love with airplanes yet, but they're just waiting for that right moment, come and check us out. We're a little bit off the beaten path, but that just means I think you'll enjoy us even more when you find us. So stop on by and pay us a visit, and we hope to see you here at the museum soon.
At Verlin City, we give drivers a worry-free guarantee on service. That means no surprises when your vehicle needs maintenance. And with our complete vehicle care, every tire purchased is expertly installed by our ASE certified technicians and includes free tire rotations for the life of the tire. And with 2 years of complimentary road hazard coverage, you'll have peace of mind for miles down the road. That's our worry-free guarantee. Berlin City.
Thank you for visiting us here at Enviro-Tote in Londonderry, New Hampshire, where we manufacture all of our tote bags here at our plant.
Hi,
Hey,
Nancy.
welcome to Enviro-Tote.
Thank you. I had no idea that this large of a facility was here in Londonderry.
Yes.
It's pretty great.
We just moved here a few years ago and we haven't regretted it since.
Yeah.
Yes. And surprise! We made some tote bags for you.
Yes! Oh my God! Ooh,
Your
these are
logo is
nice.
perfect for this.
You guys. Oh, thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
This
Couldn't
looks
have you come and leave empty-handed.
Oh my God, this is great. So you make these bags, but like different sizes, different colors, all that stuff.
Different uses.
Right.
Yes.
Oh
Yes.
my gosh. I am a proud Enviro-Tote carrier. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So I imagine there's a whole bunch of bags out there, fabric, print, sewing.
And wonderful employees.
And wonderful employees.
I can't wait to show you.
Yeah, so I want to definitely get a tour and check it out and see where the magic's made.
Wonderful.
Awesome.
Let's go.
Okay.
So this is the first part of the production process. This is our cutting department.
Okay.
We have our warehouse for all of our rolled goods, and from there it gets pulled and put on our cutting tables, spreading tables, and cut to order.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what's after this?
Printing's after this.
Okay.
Silk screen.
All right.
Yes.
I definitely want to check that out.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw the machines. They look pretty cool.
So the business started back in 1990. A couple of years prior to that, I was working for my father's company. We were distributors for plastic bag, and 20th anniversary of Earth Day was coming up. My customers wanted an environmental alternative. So what we did was we started combining local resources. We worked with a material broker in Manchester who would buy the material, ship it to Nashua, New Hampshire to be cut, and then we would ship it to Methuen, Mass to have the customer's logo silk screened on it, and then came back to Manchester to be stitched. But we kept getting busier and busier, so a few years after that, in 1990, we separated Enviro-Tote from my dad's company.
So from cutting, we came over here to the printing.
Printing, yes.
And these look like very efficient machines. So how do they work, really?
What happens is the screens are burnt for the job, and each screen, which is computer generated, is
okay.
for one color. If a logo had 4 colors, we'd have 4 screens. Each screen gets set up separately on the press, and there's a squeegee that comes down and pushes the ink through the screen to get to the bag.
Okay, so this whole thing is called the screen.
This is called a screen.
Got it, okay.
Because this is a screen mesh.
Okay, now I get it.
Yeah.
All right, that makes sense.
And then once the bags are printed, it goes through a gas dryer, counted, bundled, and heads over to stitching.
How long does it take for them to dry? Is it like super quick?
Yes.
Yeah, it's got to be, right?
One pass through the dryer.
Got it, okay.
Yes.
And so they don't run or stain or anything like that.
Correct.
Yeah. Nice, okay.
Yep.
That's how it works.
One thing that we do is on our shipping boxes, we have a Made in USA tape, paper tape. And when the customer receives the boxes, a lot of times right away they will know that they're getting their tote bags. So we hope that we encourage the excitement of getting something new, seeing something made in USA, and they supported a USA industry. Our customers really back that whole idea.
So if you have a business or a store or you're going to a trade show and you're looking for some bags, this is the place. What's the website that people can go on?
Enviro-Tote.com.
Perfect. And they can order on there? Is that?
You can order online. You can give our wonderful customer service team a call, help you out with anything that you need.
Yep. So yeah, this is a great option for any business. It feels really good to know that it's all made in here. All these people are working really hard. Londonderry, New Hampshire, Enviro-Tote. I love it.
Thank you so much for visiting
Yeah,
us. This is wonderful.
A nice little surprise.
Amidst pristine lakes and rolling green mountains, your vacation oasis awaits. Experience the Lakes region of New Hampshire with our 3 unique locations. Steel Hill Resorts, offering family-friendly amenities on 500 mountaintop acres. The Summit Resort, centrally located with spacious vacation condos. And the Center Harbor Inn, set beachside on beautiful Lake Winnipesaukee. Path Resorts, choose the road less traveled. Go to pathresorts.com/deals for exclusive packages and promotions.
This could be the moment we've been waiting for, the chance to feel alive. And I raise my hands to the sky. What a feeling, time to feel it. This is where it all begins. This is where it all begins.
We're here in Concord at the Boys and Girls Club talking about our Hannaford Helps Reusable Bag program. It's all about the community bag that you can purchase at the store, and $1 of every purchase goes to the local community that the store chooses.
We're able to use those funds and we're able to buy awesome things like milk and dairy and healthy fruits and vegetables, because when we do our snack program, it's nice to have the kids get really good things, and obviously Hannaford's a great spot to pick those up.
If you have any questions about this program or any of our other Hannaford charitable programs, feel free to visit us online or at any of your local Hannafords.
At Kennebunk Savings, we donate 10% of our earnings to local nonprofits to make sure there's food on the table for those who need it, to give local children the chance to learn and grow, and to help furry little friends find loving homes. Now, we've reached our 20 in 30 milestone, donating $20 million in 30 years. And you know what? We're just getting started, because we are purpose-driven. Learn more about our community promise at KennebunkSavings.com.
My name is Lucas Valley. I'm the owner of Valley Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Academy, and here we are today, Londonderry. Jiu-Jitsu to me has different faces, okay, which can be like more related to self-defense for somebody that want to just learn how to defend themselves, which is, in my opinion, is the best art for this, because you don't have to hurt somebody in order to defend yourself. You can just take them down, pin them down, just hold, hey, stop, things like that. And it has also the sport aspect. And the cool thing about it is you don't have to hurt someone to do it. They just tap, that means you got them, done, and you start over and you play again.
All right, thank you for having me here. I appreciate it.
Thank you for coming up and giving a try for this. I'll take care of you, you'll be good.
I'm a little intimidated, to be honest.
I'll take care of you, you'll be fine, you'll be good.
I'm dressed for the part, so I'm ready.
All right, let's make official. Now
Okay.
you're gonna get some Jiu-Jitsu powers.
Okay.
You can close your gi.
Yeah.
That's right here, go around. This way. Oop, you ready?
Nice.
And oh,
I
there
feel
we
it.
go.
I feel it. Awesome. All right. Just tell me where to go now.
Okay, now I'm gonna introduce you to the team. And,
Okay.
And we wait for the class.
Off we go.
We have a new friend today, trying a class. Kids, everybody, welcome. Here we go. Awesome, awesome. Nice team. Her first class, okay, make sure she can move, she's welcome. Okay, guys? All right, everybody in position, and bop. All right, same spot, everybody. Jumping jacks, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
6, 7, 8, 9.
I started Jiu-Jitsu with my dad in a very young age, just playing him off my living room, which was like a fun time to me. That's how I got like very into. And then when I turned 15, I really got like, you know, deep in the academy and going really hard. I used to go to the school early in the morning and being the whole day at the academy. And since then I didn't stop, and that's pretty much how it's my life in Jiu-Jitsu. I compete, I teach, and everything is related to Jiu-Jitsu.
All right, so definitely stop by here when you're coming to Londonderry or look into it. Do you have a website? Social media?
Social media, valleybjj.com or Valley Jiu-Jitsu, Instagram, yep.
Yeah, so if you're a beginner, if you're an intermediate or advanced and you're just curious, definitely check it out. I'm very excited. I'm going to join in on this class and see how I do.
Thank you. Let's go. Let's move.
All right.
We have classes for beginners, people like brand new that doesn't have any experience, and also for advanced practitioners, okay? So I have enough philosophy here, so somebody new come up, right? I teach the fundamentals, okay? And my goal is don't push you too much where you're not gonna be able to handle, and also not go too easy where you're not gonna benefit anything from that. So first class, just make sure they like Jiu-Jitsu, they enjoy, they see what it's about. And after that, as soon as I feel they start getting more used to it, I place a small challenge. And eventually they can handle like, you know, a regular train, and that's my philosophy, and seems to work because they are improving and I'm seeing the benefits. Awesome job, team. Great work. Give yourselves hands. Hey. Nice team. Different class today, okay? We focus a little bit more on the self-defense, which is good for you guys too. All right. So let's thank our friends from New Hampshire Life. Hey. Thank you, guys. And let's finish class. Feet together. Oh. Hey. Great job, great job. Hands up, hands up. Boost. Thank you. Boost. Thank you. Good job. Good job.
New Hampshire is so amazing. We just need to figure out how to show it to everybody. Like, how can we bring that into what we want to represent as a brewery, our beers? We want to be the beer that represents why we love living here.
My name is Jeff. This is my wife, Tamsin. We started this brewery coming up on 11 years ago with our best friend, Dan. We all met in college as engineers, and here we are today as long-lasting friends and business partners.
So we all went to UMass Dartmouth. Jeff got a job right out of college, and it was like, you coming with me? And I was like, guess so. A handful of years later, Dan moved up here. Ever since then, this is where we live. Like, this is our home. When we designed this place, New Hampshire didn't have a beer hall. And yes, we're not a traditional German beer hall, but we're a New Hampshire beer hall. We have local ingredients, we have a from-scratch kitchen, we have a new beer release almost every week, we have a seltzer release probably once a month. You know, we are new and fresh and trying to innovate every day, and I think that comes through in the experience you get here.
This building was such a huge piece of what we wanted to do, because when we started brewing, what we really enjoyed the most was the interaction with the customers. You know, so you can see brewing, you can see, you know, fermentation, and you can look all the way down fermentation and see packaging. And I think that's really helped us connect with the public, and people feel like they own this place, and that's what we want out of them.
I would say my version of living free is being able to just have a dream or have a vision, and you have the ability to accomplish it.
Freedom for me means weaving my business into my life to a point where I enjoy both.
I'm Dan Hicks, Sunny Crest Farms. Danny and I run the farm that has been established since 1943. My grandfather, Al Connor, was a teacher over at Pinkerton Academy and purchased the land. And it already had a few apple trees and a few blueberries on it. After he purchased it, my father and my uncle got involved, and they started to plant more apple trees and then turned it into a commercial operation in the 60s. And then we slowly but surely added more and more to the farm. And Danny's one of the ones that have done it. I mean, Danny's only 30 years old, but what he's done in the last 10 years is pretty incredible. We've put in new varieties, new strawberry beds, new blueberry beds, new cherry orchards, and just because you need so much more just to be a farm nowadays.
Yeah, that is the truth of it, is that on some seasons, like last year's example, we had a big frost that came in and took out a lot of, probably around 80% of our crop got, one of the worst frosts I've ever seen in my life. So you do need other forms of income. You have to think that way, as, we are running a legitimate business. And so that's why we thought of the ice cream stand, opening that up. Our store and bakery, they're always doing an amazing job that if there are other issues with our crops that we can't control, mostly the weather, just like kicking us when we're down. But this year, luckily the weather temps have been higher. So this year is going to be a beautiful year for all of our crops. But on the other side of it, that's why we started nice little smaller things inside the farm that will hopefully be fail-safe. And so, yeah, so it's a beautiful thing where we're kind of turning this into a lot of families coming here and enjoying their day with us. All right, see that? Pedal drop, you're gonna like that.
Yeah, the set's pretty good. I'm telling you right now, the set is really good. So,
looks like we're gonna have a full crop.
Full crop of this.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they're coming along just fine. Yeah, a lot of happy customers.
It's clean. There's absolutely nothing out
cleanest.
there. So it's really looking good, Danny. We have a lot of friends that help us keep this place going. Veronica in the bakery, we have Susan and Mary, all these different people, and I'm probably gonna forget a lot of people, but it is not done by just us. There's a whole crew, especially the Jamaican guys that we bring up every year. They've been with us for over 40 years. And
same guys, yeah.
And the nice thing about that is we're bringing a legacy program up. So their sons are gonna come up, and they start on Monday.
Yep.
And it's a family farm, and when I say that, my employees are like family to me and Danny. We cherish the fact that we have such a good crew, and that should be said. We cannot do this alone.
What a day, and ending it at a farm store, like my favorite thing to do ever. You guys, Londonderry, New Hampshire, we had so much fun today. Follow my itinerary or come up here and explore for yourself. There is plenty to do. Definitely put Sunny Crest Farm on your list. I got all my goods, and I'll see you next week. Okay. Hi, Taylor. Okay. All right. Do you have my shirt in? I want her to see it. I want Taylor to see it.
I want one.
Ireland, right? Like, that made sense. Irish settlers came from Ireland, right? Like, okay. Okay, I'm just checking.
Yeah.
Can you see the stain or no? Shut up. That's in her Midnights era.
Yeah. It's right on her arm line.
It's in the Midnights. That's the Midnights.